welcome in today. Today, you're joined by me, Daniel, and we are delving into a topic today. I'm discussing being an illustrator for the long haul. Now, I haven't had time to kind of research into that more, but I'm calling it long haul. So bear with me the name. But basically, talking about being, as part of Illustrator, as an artist, not just going for a short term, actually being, in the industry, as a creator for the long haul, for a long time. Um, yeah, so, welcome in. Been an illustrator and drawing, creating for more than 10 years. Um, Not on a professional level, but, more than 10 years. Um, about 14, 15 is where I really got into creating and drawing things a bit more and learning and getting better at drawing. Um, that's about 14 onwards was when I really got into it. I did before then, I did have fun drawing a little bit, and I did a little bit of drawing in my spare time. Had fun looking at books, how they made thing books, and how they made this and that movies and shows and stuff like that. I really enjoyed seeing that kind of thing. Um, so I've been doing this for a fairly long time. Um, so I would say, yeah, I'm definitely in the long haul. It's not just kind of a short little um hobby of mine um that has gone away, or I've got frustrated with it, so I've given up on it, kind of a thing. Definitely something that I'm in it for a long time, and I'm not giving up on it. I'm still creating. It gets challenging. Um, being in it for doing things for a long time, especially when you're not just well, especially when you're just creating stuff for fun. Sometimes, you sometimes you want to be professional. You want to get paid for doing this, but those opportunities aren't coming your way. It gets these things gets a little bit frustrating at times, um, and yeah, it does get upsetting, and things like that. When you don't have opportunities, you have to do things. I mean, it's been an interesting journey, a really interesting journey, that I've had. Um, and even during course and that kind of thing, it was super challenging. With the projects that you had to do. Um, some of the projects that I would do, I wouldn't really like for instance, um, writing. We had to write like essays and things like that. I really didn't like writing essays, as well as um, some of the more kind of typography based stuff. It was really useful in the end. Um, and sometimes even in your career, or yeah, your career, or your artistic journey, you do have things that aren't so exciting, but they are definitely really, really helpful to have to use. Like typography, I've got that skill there, even though it's not my strongest skill. It's there. It's if I need to use it in some point away, I've got it there where I can use type and text, with text and illustration can go really well together. Um, Especially for me being in storybooks, it definitely is a go-to. You think it's all pretty pictures, but having some typography there, does give you another little little gift there that you can use as an illustrator. It gives you the edge that you can use text and image together. I think that's something I'd like to add to kind of my portfolio at some stage, where I have some more text in there to show that a little bit more. Um, Being in children's books and things like that, definitely. I think one or two of the pages I might have to look at adding text and things like that to add that element to it. So yeah, it gets challenging right now. I am working full time as a pickpacker, pretty much, and that's an interesting job, somewhat pickpacking, and then I come home and do all my illustration stuff, and creating stuff, and that is um always interesting to do. Because when I come home, I'm kind of tired from the day because I've had 8 hours of work, and then I come home, um some I relax sometimes for half an hour to an hour, and then dinner, doing little chores and things, and then I come back, do my illustration at 8 o'clock, around about 8 o'clock. Roughly everything's done by 8 o'clock basically. I try to aim 7:30 on good nights. I'm here sitting on my computer, do my stuff. Where things aren't, I've got less chores, or things are going my way. um, in 8 o'clock, when it's a kind of usual night when other things happen, and that gives me 2 hours to do illustrations a day. Um, Now I can find myself getting some lucky breaks. So I kind of broke this talk down to little notes. So, the first one's, well, obviously, but the second one, how long I've been illustrating for, and how long haul I've been in this for. The third one was, getting, it gets challenging. I'm still on this topic, so let's keep on this topic that, it's getting challenging balancing life and work. It's like I said, um, full time job, and doing about 2 hours a day. Some nights though I only get about an hour done because I might be a little tired, or I might have something else that I need to do, like exporting videos, or this kind of video that I'm doing here, or then it just, yeah, I didn't really get too much done. Like I said, I might be tired and I only get an hour done, but that's okay. I try and aim for roughly an hour and a half is what I'm aiming for each night. um but you know give or take, I try not to be like, well, leave it to the next day. Do a little bit, like 40 minutes, leave it to the next day. I've tried that a little bit, when, yeah, I just didn't feel like that night, but in the end that kind of really doesn't work. So I want, my goal is to keep up doing 10 hours a week, of illustration, of drawing basically, not of editing videos. So it's a little bit extra. It's just drawing, um, and roughly I could get that done Monday to Friday if I do 2 hours. That is tiring, and it does give me a little bit of pressure there. Um, if I do 2 hours every day from Monday to Friday, it can be done. It's possible to do it, because if I start bang on 8, I can finish at 10, and it's all done, all handy dandy. But those little things will go to the side. I could just leave them to the weekend maybe. Um, so there is a work life balance, and there's other things we've got to do. weekend, this week I'm going away, so I had to plan. From about Wednesday, I found out, and I had to plan to make sure to get my 10 hours done before I go away, so that it goes smoothly. I've done my 10 hours. I can enjoy my weekend. So that's always good. So I've been at this for quite a while and been changing things. I've been playing around with, what works. And I think it does. Sometimes you do need that trial and error to really get better, and having that push too, to be like, I need to get 10 hours done this week and I'm going away this weekend. Having that push actually really helped me, because now I'm like, okay, I need to get an hour and a half, I need to get 2 hours done tonight, and it pushed me through it. And I get, that I got 2 hours done last night or whatever. It does push. So having a little bit of push sometimes does help. Um, and that's where we go to the next point. Enjoy every small break you have, um, or any break really, whether it's a literal break from illustration, or drawing, or work, or anything. Enjoy just having quiet time where you're doing things, and really enjoy those moments, and family life, um, work life balance, all that stuff. Enjoy every break you get, even if it's break in doing more illustration, because that's awesome to get to. Is when, um, like for instance, long weekends or something, holiday periods, where you get off work and you like, yeah, that day, an extra day, to do some more illustration, um, or just get the house or do something. Um, I really enjoy every break, because if you don't, it will get daunting when you are actually getting things done. For years, well, not years, but yeah, I'd say about a year or so. Not years on end, like 10 years in a row. But for years, not years. Yeah, I wouldn't say years, but off and on. In the last few years, after kind of finishing course, um, it took me a little while to kind of enjoy those breaks, and you know I would be illustration to illustration. I've got to spend every moment, creating and drawing, and um you know but in the end, that just kind of um doesn't keep you happy. uh you don't always enjoy in creating things, um and when you go to create stuff, um yeah, it feels daunting to do all the time. So enjoying every little break, whether, yeah, like having a whole day to do some illustrations, is really awesome to have, because I've done a few days where it's like, yes, I got the whole day to do illustration, feels so awesome, and I end up doing 8 hours, and it feels amazing. Um, but yeah, other times I only get a few hours, or might get an extra hour one day or something of illustration, and I enjoy just having an extra hour. I enjoy at the moment going for skateboard rides. Like I said, I was having challenges with, balancing kind of things, and um, I got back to skateboarding, and that's really cool, because I still get my 10 hours done. Um, but every now and again, I might go out for a skateboard ride one night for half an hour, or a little bit longer, maybe. Come back, I might get an hour, half an hour, or something done. I think one night I actually went out, and managed to do 3 hours of illustration work after it. I was like, wow, how did I do that? Obviously I had a little bit of time before that. I at lunch I did a bit of painting. Um, and before I went out, I had done a half an hour. So, I still got about an hour and a half in that hour. I always, try to find every little break, having lunch breaks as a little break for me where I can come and do some painting and stuff like that. But yeah, every little break, just be glad you have it, take it, and it helps you get you through, especially for the long haul because it's challenging. It's not easy, um, but it's not as hard as you think. It's um yeah, it's you don't need to make it 20 times harder, um, kind of a thing if that makes sense. Um, yeah, keeping at it and keeping going and keeping creating um is a good thing. But yeah, getting out and about and actually seeing what you can do. I was always, you know, beginning of the last few years was like always like I've got to get this done. I can't really go out and do these things. Um, but as you get further along and you start getting better and start getting um an understanding of your workflow and that kind of thing, you can actually take time out and go, see your friends or do one of your other hobbies or something like that. Um, yeah. And that leads me on to the next one. It's not a race, we're not in competition with other artists who, we're not going to win a golden prize for sprinting to the end or something, we score a job or whatever, um, or wherever the end is for you. So, you take your time. It does get tough, you don't exactly always want to be in that situation. For instance, for me, I don't want to be working um, as a where I'm at the moment. All my life, I do want to be a full time illustrator. Um, but yeah, you gotta find the happiness in what you've got now, um, or or just quit your job, that kind of thing. Um, but unfortunately, I can't just quit my job because you know, this has to pay the bills. Something has to pay the bills. Um, so you just gotta enjoy. I've got to enjoy what I've got at the moment. Um, and no, yeah, it's not a race. Yeah, you'll get there eventually. Basically, you're on your own place. Um, you know what's kind of good for you, and you can ask others for advice as well and what's where you should go, like get a mentor or something like that. I do every now and again. I with this channel that I run, there's a lot of friends I've made over the years through this channel where I do every now and again pop in and say hey and um ask for little things that might help me in the way, and it has been quite helpful to have that. So yeah, just reach out. Um, it's not a race. Just go at your own pace. You don't need to be, a full time illustrator tomorrow. It will take you time. Um, you're in it for the long haul. Remember that, for me, I've got this thing pinned up on my wall that says I am an illustrator, and that's there is to remind me that yeah, I'm pretty much illustrator because yeah, I am creating Illustrator, even though I'm not getting paid for it right now. I'm not a professional illustrator. It doesn't say that up there though. But I really do look forward to the day where I do get to take that down and write I am a professional illustrator. But this thing, being an illustrator, being a creator, being a drawer, concept artist, you know, um, it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be just a few months or a few weeks or something like that. It's basically most your life. So just keep creating. You know, look at it. You know, some people take a little bit longer than others to get to a certain point. Um, you know, they have more figuring out to do, um, or trying to find the right market for them. Um, just getting better at art and illustration. Um, and you know, we're not in control of a lot of stuff, so hopefully you keep happy, excited, and look forward to creating your work. Keep Hopefully you've enjoyed me creating this D image here. Um, yeah, keep creating, keep drawing, and see you in the next video. Bye.